My name is Tiffany Sampson and I work for NinjaTrader in our Denver office. We have a very special event for you today with Michael of ABC123Trader. I'd like to mention that it is important to understand that there are substantial risks in trading commodity future contracts and Forex. You should carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you and will depend on your specific circumstances and financial resources. It is possible to lose all funds deposited with your broker and can even incur losses beyond these amounts. Please inquire at the link provided for more information or for a copy of the CFTC full risk disclosure. Also, please remember these training webinars are not a solicitation nor a recommendation, but simply education in nature. This presentation is presented by NinjaTrader LLC, which is the technology company responsible for developing and supporting the NinjaTrader trading software. Brokerage-related questions should be directed to NinjaTrader Broker directly at the information provided. With new tools added nearly every day, NinjaTrader ecosystem is home to hundreds of apps and services. You can quickly and easily find the tools or services you're looking for with a simple keyword search. You'll also find information about upcoming webinars and an on-demand video archive to view event recordings at the link provided. Also, if you're active on social media, please ensure to like or follow us for the best way to get updates on all things NinjaTrader ecosystem. NinjaTrader is always free for advanced charting, strategy backtesting, and trade stimulation. To ensure you are on the latest version of NinjaTrader and pick up a free live data trial, please visit the following link. And if you are just getting started with NinjaTrader, we offer free live training on a daily basis. You can view a schedule of weekly webinars at the following link. We are very excited for this unique event in which Michael will demonstrate basic trading insight and how to pinpoint entries and exits. Thank you again for attendance today, and without further ado, it is my pleasure to welcome to the NinjaTrader webinar room, Michael. Please take it away, Michael.
Thank you, Tiffany, for the excellent introduction. And we'll get started here right away with the ABC123Trader. Just a quick note to Arnaldo. I was reading your messages before I went online. You said there was no sound. The reason why is if you wanted about a singing voice for me, I was told when I was in choir group just to lip sync. So with that being said, let's get on our way here. Okay, I'm going to start my slideshow here. And we already went through the risk disclaimer with Tiffany, so we'll get along with this presentation. In this presentation, I have 7 sections, and I'm going to go through them quickly. Some of them will be probably previous education that you had before, but one of my favorite ones is the secret of 21 and why not to chase a trade. But with that being said, I'm going to tell you who I am and what are my goals for you guys, or the mission statement. Understanding money management, which I think is the most important thing ever. Risk reward, to understand the risk and reward of how you guys trade. I created a survey for you guys so you can understand what type of traders in this webinar here. You will see an insight. You won't know who the people are, but you will see how people are trading. And once again, the secret of 21, and then I'm going to show you the list of indicators that I have for myself to pinpoint trades. And lastly, a question or Barry for anybody that needs to or want to ask any questions. Okay, let's get along here. So the inception of ABC Trader, it was a vision that I didn't expect. Back in 2008, I was a business owner, and I actually had more than one company, but I had a company for 16 years. And not found out my bank manager stole my identity. He stole a few million from the bank. I got totally destroyed, and I had to sue the financial institution that hired him. After pretty much losing everything, as well as tens of thousands of legal fees, 3 years of my life, I discerned to start a new career. I went back to school, educated myself in the oil and gas industry. I was set to start my career. That career lasted pretty much 6 months, maybe up to a year, but when the oil crash happened in 2015, I was out of a job. After that, I just started laughing. I said, okay, life is done. I don't know what to do. I'm out of here. So I took a holiday. I sat down once again. I discerned what I want to do to get myself back on track. After serious thought, I gave myself a year and a half to see if I could be a day trader. My plan was to trade stocks for 4 months, futures for 4 months, and Forex for the last 4 months. After endless hours of researching all 3 markets and testing many theories, I almost quit. However, I finally had that aha moment. After backtesting many methodologies, I created abctrader.com. Originally, I wasn't going to sell these indicators, but after a few of my trading friends used my indicators to guide them in trading, what I realized after 3 years, I had created some very powerful indicators. So what my mission is for ABC, what I wanted to do is we wanted to create indicators to pinpoint entries and exit. The indicators created by ABC123Trader was developed allowing traders to use these indicators in minute, tick, volume, uniranko, and range charts. With so many traders out there, there are so many methodologies. The hours spent building these indicators were back-tested to assure these signals identified would be crisp and clear. Currently, ABC123Trader has 19 indicators available with another 15 back-tests before released. The types of indicators that are available are swing type methodology, Fibonacci type methodology, market analysis momentum methodology, data mining methodology, time-based, and multi-time frame methodology. Money management. Money management, I believe, is the key. It doesn't matter what type of indicator you are, what type of trader you are. If you don't have money management, most people will fail. I'm going to send you a link here. And this is actually a free Excel spreadsheet that's on the screen here. And you can download it anytime you want. So anyways, I'm going to give you insight about money management. It doesn't matter how many indicators a trader has. A person who trades the markets will never become a consistent trader unless using proper money management skills. This Excel spreadsheet that I made is available for you guys. And you can go to the ABC website and download it free. The key to the spreadsheet is the graph on the right-hand side. There are 3 lines, and I'm going to show you them here. It might be a little difficult on the presentation, but there's this blue line here, a red line, and very vaguely there's another blue line here. This is your drawdown. So basically what you want to do is while you're trading, you record your trades. You can put in your commissions, your dollars per tick in this box here. And what you do is you want to stay above your moving average. If you start going below the moving average, whatever methodology you're doing, you might be in consolidation or your method is not working successfully. You keep on trading through your system. And once you break that red moving average, start trading live again. It will save you a lot of time, a lot of a headache. And this bottom line here is your drawdown. I know many of my customers, they're on these combines with different companies and they keep on blowing up their accounts. So I created this line in order for you guys to stay out of that issue. Risk versus reward. Risk versus reward is the key to become a consistent trader. My suggestion is don't place a trade unless one has at least a 2-to-1 ratio versus risk. I have seen strategies with 22 tick stops with 8 tick profits. We as traders are here for a business and it's not a casino. Any trading strategy that you partake, I will reiterate, should be a minimum at least 2-to-1. If some of you that are on these sites that allow you to pass a combine money management, risk and reward is the key. And the main reason why you want to have 2-to-1, because if you're doing 1-to-1 and you're a 50% turnaround, you've got brokerage fees, you've got contract turnaround fees, monthly connection fees. Just find whatever methodology you have and do it to 2-to-1. Okay, what I did for you guys is I created a survey. I'm going to give you this link. And what this survey will do, it will find out what type of trader you are. Not only that, once you fill the survey, at least I can send you the free indicator that I have promised you guys. So all you have to do is after the webinar, try the survey. It will give you this information back to you, and then I can send you that indicator as I promised. But so with this, there are 19 questions available to you. The reason, like I said before, the reason for the survey is to understand what type of trader you are, to see what type of traders, not only in this webinar, but what you're actually trading against or with. Remember, I don't believe retail traders are actually trading against each other. We're trading against the banks and the institutions. Now, the best part, I said I'm going to be flying through this quite quickly, but the best part of this webinar is called the Power of 21. And for educational purposes, what I want the people that are on the survey for education, take this by heart. As you can see, this section, this section shows the power of a 21 tick pullback from a swing. It is a methodology to prove how the markets are manipulated to the 21 tick pullback and why they chose 21 ticks. This example on the screen is a Renko, it's a 10-bar Renko, 1 tick increasement of a 48 tick bar or pullback. The arrows that are displayed on the screen are pointing to the pullback of greater than 10 ticks. Each bar, like I said, is 10 ticks and the reversal is 48, like I said. Now what I did, I recorded every pullback the past 15 days. I wanted to see if there was any consistency. What I found was an amazing discovery. This is what I love. Now on this Excel spreadsheet I recorded, the futures that are shown are the NQ, GC, ES, YM, and RTY. On the first column, let me get my dot here so I can show you here, from 1 to 38 here. And the second column is the number of times the pullback is hit at that tick level. So a number 1 represents actually 11 tick pullback because of the size of the bar, and 38 is actually 48 ticks before changing a trend. What I noticed, I found out the pullback at the number 11, right here, or it would be 21 ticks back, was the greatest number on all 5 futures. NQ had 524 hits in 2 weeks. GC, 20 hits. ES, 43 hits. YM, 236 hits. RTY, 130 hits. I asked myself, why 21 ticks? The only logical conclusion I came up was it's the psychology of losing money. A 20 tick loss on the NQ, RTY, YM is $100. I know a lot, or for one contract. I know a lot of traders, even myself, of losing $100 on a trade. I believe the institutions pull back, grab all the stops, and continue on. I have tried other instruments from currencies, CL, NG, ZB. I also tried Forex, cryptocurrencies, and it hits the 21 mark with the highest frequency. Okay, now I'm going to show you basically some of the indicators that I have for ABC123Trader. And it's going to show you some of the swing live data mining and Fibonacci from a top-down approach. So I'll show you these lists of ABC123 that we have available. And what I do is I first start with a daily bar using the ABC swing scanner. This indicator is a projection indicator with buying and selling phases. In the morning, I will look at the swing scanner to see if a buying phase or it's a selling phase. In this example, it is a buying phase, but we can see a lot of resistance and consolidation. So for myself, I presume I am in consolidation, or the market is waiting for a selling phase to push the market down. For swing traders, the key is the horizontal line. If a buy phase in order, you want to put your buy on the white line. As you can see, there are no trades happening at this point in time. And what I want to show you here is you'll see these triangles. They will be ahead of time. As you can see, time coming up here. They're telling you when and what time the selling phase is. The new update actually shows the time step. So the next page I want to show you is what I do in the morning is my market analysis. Now what I'm just going to switch it. This example is a 15-minute chart, and in this section I'm going to show you the London and the New York sessions. What I want to know is to see if it is a trending day, a range-based day in this example. So the first 3 boxes show the market is basically flat. If it was going to trade a long position, my plan would be breaking the top of this white box here, this white box, and hopefully breaking this beige box. What you'll notice is support and resistance in the highs and lows of these boxes. The next section is one of my favorite indicators, is the market open. So the next step, I'll use the market open for finding support and resistance level. This green bar right here is the first minute of the market open, and the blue rectangles are the previous market opens. What I want to do is place the trade around the market open box according to the direction of the trend. If the trade reverses and goes the opposite direction, you can place the order on the market open and take the opposite trade. I also add a Fibonacci extension so you can understand how strong the market is. I personally use the blue rectangles as targets on multiple contracts. So for example, on the market open, if you would see, it would take off, and as you can see, there's 2 resistance points at the previous day market opens, and then reverse, and then I would take a short in this direction. I will also use volume profile. NinjaTrader now, if you're NinjaTrader owners, you can get your own volume profile, which I'm really ecstatic about. But with volume profile, I want you to know where all the trade is happening. What I want to do is avoid the areas of high volume. I want to let the institutions set their positions and wait for the run for the next high volume zone. When you have all these areas set up, you can start designing your trading chart. What I do is, this is my number one indicator, is always the VWAP. When I design the trading chart, this is my key. I will only place buy orders if I'm above the VWAP, and sell orders if I'm below the VWAP. Many of my trades that I enter is around the volume weighted average price. Many times the bars will hit the volume weighted average price and continue that same direction. Next, I add the trend cloud indicator. The trend cloud has optional colored bars and optional lines for the cloud. My rule is I'm a trend trader, so I only trade the direction of the cloud. The green bars are strong momentum, the pink bars are retracement, and the yellow is a warning sign. It's a possibility of a early entry or a reversal. What I also right here is I call the foundation line. This is before my VWAP. I would use this foundation line, which I would find out many times that this foundation line, once hit, would be your support and resistance line before trend change. Next thing I add is, this is a data mining software, and this is called the market scanner. What the market scanner is used is to see if there's any chop or any big moves for the day. I have recorded past history and compare how the current market is behaving. When the market is in sync, one can literally follow the projected chart. Remember, the institutions, they have the algorithms for getting rid of us retail traders and taking our money, and I recorded their algorithms to see what they're doing. In this example, the blue is the current market and the red is last week's performance. There are times that are recorded on the peak times, which could be showing you a possibility of a reversal or kickoff. One of my first indicators that I created, and it's actually another one of my favorite indicators, is the Fib predictor. If people are Fibonacci fans, I love this indicator. I use the Fib predictor to project exhaustion and reversals. If you took this trade, you could have had your target at the 127 extension. What you'll notice on the Fib predictor, the market will retrace back to 50% and go again. If it exhausts early, you can see the market usually changes. If the Fib predictor breaks the 161, the market usually runs all day in that direction. Another data mining indicator that I do have is called the time scanner. It uses 4 algorithms to predict swing reversals. This is a very powerful tool, and I have set the time scanner to a 5-minute time frame. The key to use the time scanner is to see which swing is forming and what is the direction of the trend. Remember, I personally only trade the direction of the VWAP. There will be upcoming times in order for you to figure what time the trade is going to take. check the market scanner and the time scanner to see if there are any times matching up. If so, an extreme high probability the market will move at that time. And as you can see with these time scanner points here, they are projected ahead of time, so you don't have to wait and guess. My last indicator I put on this chart is called the day trend indicator. This multi-algo indicator was designed for confirmation of a trend. I will only trade on the direction of the background of the trend. When the trend is confirmed, the background will change color. You can have optional sound bites to notify when the trend is changing. And that's basically how I set up my charts. I have many more indicators. And what I'm going to do is this is the list of indicators. Actually, there is actually one more on there that I forgot to put in there. It was the GAN indicator. It is in the pack. But this is the top-down approach, what I use. And these are many different times. For example, level 2 scanner is live data to track level 2. Of course, my VWAP, my data mining, Square 9, if you're a Square 9 fan, which I love because there's a lot of support resistance. If you're, let's say, range traders, the 48 tick range was designed on the 21 tick back, and also the bounce back is signed up with 21. Everything is custom designed, so you can change your colors, save your templates, and it's as much flexibility as possible. Okay. And so what I did is, usually we were selling the software for $3,000, and what I did for this webinar, and this is the reason why I did it, 2 reasons. First, tomorrow is the first day of summer, and you guys are coming out here to go to my very, very first webinar. And because it's my first webinar, and my appreciation of NinjaTrader, because they have supported me a great deal through this whole growing process of understanding of ABC123Trader, is I actually took $2,000 off. And I said, for you guys, with that, there's a link, or I'll send you the link if you're interested, is for $499. Just remember, if you guys aren't interested, that's fine. I understand. You know, it took me 3 years, but you still receive that. That you can. Sorry, I read a message there. My apology. But what you can do is, or you could just take the survey and you'll still receive that free indicator. Now I'm going to go through question period, and I'm seeing there's a few questions here. And I'm going to just tell Tiffany, I'm going to screen share a chart, and we're going to go through everything here one at a time. Here is, I guess, today's chart of the NQ. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show a few things here. For the first question for Jean is, what does 1, 2, 3 stand for? Well, the funny thing is 1, 2, 3 ABC was, I was trying to teach people, you know, you need to learn your 1, 2, 3s and ABCs before one can trade. So, and also buying URLs are really expensive, and that was the easiest way for everything. For Harry, yes, it's all the indicators for $4.99. So for Tarek, you want to see the square 9. It all depends on the time that we have. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a 1-minute chart. I'm going to the square 9. So let's go to square 9 here. I'm going to add it. This was for, I'm Mountain Standard Time, so at 7:30 in the morning, I want to have it set up for the square 9. You have to give it a few seconds because it is time-based, and voila, there's your square 9 support and resistance line. It automatically sets up so you can start finding where your support and where your resistance. And as you can see with square 9 methodology, it will tag support resistance. Another person was asking about the time scanner, and I'm going to show you the time scanner. But the beautiful thing about the time scanner, let's go here. Sorry, I got so many I've been working here. With the time scanner, what I was trying to show you before, it will give you suggested buy and sell times, and you can see it in the future. So for example, at 113, it asked you, suggested for you to buy, and away you go. At 138, it suggested sell. It did, but it failed. At 11:31, as you can see at the peak time, it said suggested sell, and away you went out there. John is asking, is a VWAP, of course, will go on the NQ. We'll just put on the VWAP, add the VWAP, away you go. So as you can see earlier in today, I was trading this market. I was waiting until it crossed over, and that was my trade. Now I'm going to add what I said, one of my favorite indicators is the day trend. So let's wait for the day trend to come in. This is my most recent indicator. Just let it finish loading up. As you can see, it said it was suggested for selling for the day, but I was still above, so I was waiting for the crossover. My stop would have been up here, and guess what? Here you go, all the way down. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just reading through some of these questions. For Joanne, can you send me the recorder? I'm not as okay. Okay, so if there's any more questions, well, thank you, Charles. Are there any other questions about what type of indicators you might be interested in? Charles, what does level 2 indicator do? Okay, level 2 indicator. I'm going to put it down to low numbers because the day is pretty much wrapped up here. But what we want to do is we want to find out where, we actually might not get anything at 10 anymore because the market's almost done. Okay, I put it at a very low number, but what you want to do is you want to find out where the big fish are hiding. I put it really low numbers so you can see where the levels of where people contracts are. But if you put it, let's say, for example, on the NQ as 100, you'll see one or two lines so you can project where the market's going and where it's going to reverse. Michelle, all these indicators will work. It doesn't matter what if you're in the evening or in the day. Leo, the indicator is free. As you just put in the survey, what you're going to be receiving, I'm going to be giving you guys, actually I'll show it to you. This is the free indicator you will be receiving. Let me just remove them all. This is your free indicator. If you ship that survey out so I can ship it to you. This is the momentum panel. It will help you with, Forex does work, Gio, I know. Just for presentation purposes, by the time I switch the data feed, it would be, it just takes some time with the live time that I have. So, John is asking, which indicators, how do you determine what is the best one to use? That's the growing pain. Like what I said is if people do purchase the $500 software, I will be mentoring them. I'm going to mentor them so we can find out how to get the traders. If you're a novice, the key is trade maybe one contract, not more than two, so you can get confidence. Once you start getting that confidence, it will help you. The survey, you can do the survey right to the ABC123 website. I did send the link earlier in this presentation. Geo, like I said for myself, it does work on Forex. For myself, switching it to Forex in this presentation, I'm just going to waste a lot of time for changing my connection feeds here. No problem, Charles. For Jack, the indicators, actually, what I trade, I'm more of a conservative trader, so I'll trade the RTY. I will trade the NQ with the day trend because you can cash in really quickly. but I'm usually in the financials. And once in a while, it all depends, I will trade oil. I'm working on that, Gene, for about classes later. Good question, William. I'll just back test it to make sure it is. I did close most of the information for algorithmic strategies, but I know, what is it? Is it Shark Indicators? Somebody's using software with Shark Indicators for using without any issue. Oh, Bloodhound, yes, sorry. Thank you. Yes, it's Bloodhound. Harry, yes, you can. Yes, the indicators are visible on Bloodhound. I had a customer about a month ago, and we worked to double verify it. Okay, Gio, this whole package of every single indicator is for this webinar is $499. You get them all, and even the indicators that are coming down the line, you'll be receiving them as well. You'll receive emails about the updates. Unfortunately, no Ninja 7. I cancel all Ninja 7 programming. No problem, Charles. Thank you very much. Okay, here is the link for the free indicator and the survey for you guys to take. One more time. Actually, the 21 tick pullback, or even the bounce back, actually creates a block right on the screen. So it actually, you just have to follow it, and it will show you where the 21 pullback is. If you're on faster markets and you notice the average is 24, you can adjust the numbers accordingly. I will have to share my screen once again to see how ES performed today. Some of you ES traders. Here we go. One more time. Let me get my screen back on here. No, Leo, no, I trade 5 minutes. I also trade, actually on oil, actually I trade Uni-Renko because of, I just find it just easier for myself. Now for the person who wanted to know ES, let's see how the market worked on ES today. So as you can see, just on this basic, the momentum indicator, which you guys are receiving today right here, on the ES, it did give you a suggestion to buy and then once to sell. And what happens here on the momentum panel right here, basically what the key is try to get your limit order for the buy so you can take your targets and you can adjust your targets accordingly. If you're having problems with these links, just all you do is go to the ABC123Trader. Right on the home page, there is a survey link. Just fill in that link and I'll make sure you get this, you'll get the free indicators. You don't see the ES chart, Brian? Interesting. Does anybody else see the ES chart? ES 3 minutes? Okay. Okay, thank you for everybody's responses. ES 3 minute chart, same thing. So for the red on the pullback, usually what we, as you can see, even though it's so small at 1 in the afternoon, but let's go in the morning because you probably presume you guys are morning traders. There's your day trend on a 3-minute chart on the ES. If you were trading that ES at that time of day at 7 in the, or I guess it would be 9 in the morning, but this is 7 in Mountain Standard Time. There you go. You got your 16 points there. the VWAP as requested. There's your VWAP, your crossover point. There's no VWAP is not a period. VWAP, it starts from each market session. So when they're wrapping up here in about 5 minutes, and so in about an hour, the VWAP is going to reset. Yes, Brian, it only works on NinjaTrader 8. Yes, yeah, the momentum works quite well, Charles. Like I said, for myself, I wasn't the greatest trader, so I kept on back testing until I can find a point where I could pinpoint my trades. And it does work really well. The momentum trader works really, really well in the mornings because that's your kickoff, and you can take it for the run. For scalping, the tick range works really well. And of course, this one also helps for scalping. I don't know how much time we have left, Tiffany. I'll just show them one more here just in case. But if we go to a range chart here, hopefully it loads up here. A lot of information coming through. Sorry for the delay, it's loading. I should have turned it off on the 15 days here. Okay, I'm going to add a tick range here. Tick range, tick range. There you go. Tick range. Oh, it's such a bull market today. Basically, the center line is almost your 21 tick pullback. So when it hits your pullback, you can go right up here. This one took off so early today. I guess it crossed over, touched, and took off, but I'm below the VWAP at this point in time. Geo, it's going to be that momentum indicator I'm giving you for free. Like I said, for anybody, you can always go to the website, ask questions, and we can try to work on a methodology for you guys to find out how you trade, what type of trader you are, so we can get a better understanding of what is the best methodology for you. No problem, Charles. Thank you very much for coming. Are there any more questions? Thank you, Bill. Supply, that's a good question for supply and demand zone traders. You know what, Gio? I'll have to think about that one because the supply and demand, you're talking about money chalking. Very close, Dave. Yeah, it kind of looks like a Viper chart. I'll be honest with you because I checked many different methodologies and I back tested it. What was the time of that trade? 29.52? David, as soon as that chart is filled after the presentation, I'll be going through and they'll be shipping it to everybody individually. So basically for Manoj, let's say we go into If we go into the momentum panel, for example, this selling order, this is created by momentum, and it's also, there's momentum energy. There's about 3 algorithms in it. But what you want to do is once it crosses over, I always say wait for the pullback. I'm actually really curious what the pullback is on this. Let's go from here to here. 3, so that's 3 times 4, 12, 13 ticks back. But because of the, it reads energy at the same time, so it's not 21. This is what I usually say, this zone of interest is my limit order, and then you can create your stop. If you want your stop at only 4 tick loss, so this a 2 to 1 would be from here to here. As what you can see is it touched the line, you got filled, you got hit target 1 and 2. Just remember, when you see a 4 tick stop loss, the energy is not that strong. No problem, Dave. Energy is recorded on all markets. It uses, there's 3 algorithms, but one of them for sure I have to use is the ATR, but I want the most relevant ATR because people use 20, 30, 40, but I have to use a couple other mathematical numbers so I can calculate how strong the energy is. CL, I'll put it back to a 1 minute chart. Sorry, my apologies. And then what I'll do, once again, on a 1 minute chart, let's go like this. There's actually, I also added a time square with a time. Alrighty. Okay, no problem. So I got to be wrapping up here soon, guys. I was just, I was told that I have to wrap up soon, but that's fine. I just will show you the CL 1 minute chart. And basically what I'm going to say is to everybody that showed up today, thank you very much for coming to this webinar. Fill out the survey in order that you can get the free indicator. Trust me, I won't be bugging you. If you're interested, I'm going to type it in one more time. If you go to the, if you put that in, if you're going to purchase the software and the discount code, it will go down to $500 or $499. So, and that's a wrap. Thank you very much, Gene, Charles, Kathy, Bach, Bill, Arnaldo, Arlene. I'll put in my website here. There you go. Here's my website, and you can check us out. There are videos, and I don't know what else to say, but I really appreciate you guys coming out for the summer day, and this is my first presentation. If you're interested, remember, if you do buy my software, I will be mentoring you so we can try to get you successful. I don't charge for that. I just want you guys to be successful. Like I said, for myself, getting wiped out years ago from the bank and trying to figure this out, it took me a long haul. But every dollar that you get or you make, I'm happy. Thank you very much for the presentation. And I'll take it back to, I guess, Tiffany. Tiffany, you can go ahead and we can wrap this up.
Perfect. I'd like to give a special thank you to Michael for a great presentation. Everyone in attendance here today will receive an on-demand recording of today's event. Please keep an eye out for that email. NinjaTrader ecosystem is pleased to sponsor these weekly vendor events as a value-added service for our clients. If you find value in these events, we hope you will attend them on a regular basis. We would like to remind you the information provided in this was of ABC123Trader and not of NinjaTraders. All information was for educational purposes. It should not be construed as trading advice. Again, we appreciate the time you spend with us. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we hope to see you in future webinars. Happy trading from all of us at NinjaTrader ecosystem.